Being inflexible can lead to loss of normal curvatures of your spine. Flexibility is the ability to move your joints throughout a complete range of motion. No, not that. That's a little too much. Yeah, here we go. So, flexibility is a pillar of fitness. Consider a solid structure without any of its pillars. Yes, it is vulnerable to collapse. Similarly, failing to possess the pillars of fitness could mean your fitness game is in trouble. Fitness is the ability to tackle day-to-day tasks without breaking a sweat. Fitness is actually a much broader term than it may seem. Mobility is one neglected pillar. Flexibility and mobility are often used interchangeably, but in reality, flexibility is only a component of it. Mobility can be explained as your joint's range of motion. Range of motion, or ROM, is your joint's natural freedom of movement. An example is the shoulder joint, which we have all gone through in our primary school's bio lectures, which is represented as a ball and socket joint. Being the most mobile joint in the body, it allows for a 360-degree movement. But owing to our sedentary lifestyle, many of us can't achieve the 360-degree movement. In order to regain what's lost, our best bet is mobilizing the joint. Stretching has been effective for providing your muscles and joints their natural reach. Being able to extend or elongate throughout this range of motion is what we need. No doubt stretching is one tool of improving one's mobility as a whole. But many of us may not realize why stretching is needed at every micro level. As mobility unlocks full range of motion, it allows us to get more of our workouts without actually increasing the weight needed or number of reps performed. Progressive movement in mobility allows one to maintain a deep squat, taking load through a complete range without excessive strain on various tissues, thus having a carry forward to strength training, which helps preventing injuries. Also, having a good range of motion helps the muscles around the joint to fire effectively. For instance, going into a deep squat will instantly help fire your posterior muscles effectively, therefore reducing excessive strain on the surrounding tissue. In fact, squatting only partially not only will reduce effectiveness of the exercise, but also create adverse effects on the nearby tissue. Another worthy factor of mobility is muscular strengthening. Strengthening your muscles allows for optimal positioning of your joints. For example, with regards to rounded shoulders, simply stretching and loosening out your muscles is not the panacea, but you have to complement it with strength training to fix this condition. We have pretty much put flexibility on the pedestal so far, but just like a coin with two sides, there are two sides to this. Overstretching can lead to hyperextensibility of muscles and surrounding connective tissue, which can put your joints into a compromised position during movements, which can cause excessive strain on those joints. A stressed muscle is a weak muscle, as it sabotages its ability to stretch optimally. Now let's talk about the normal curvatures of the spine. Just like your phone, even a newborn baby comes with certain default settings with reference to the spine. We are born with default kyphotic curves. As the child grows, the spine evolves into a multi-curved one, the latter curve being lordotic. Now maintaining these curvatures is of paramount importance. The party does start when, due to our sedentary lifestyle, our muscles tighten up and we end up losing these default settings. Consider your sister or any woman you know. Have you noticed how flexible they actually are without even working on it? There is a reason behind this. The width of the female pelvis is wider and more circular, owing to the need of having to give birth to a child, which gives them a greater range of motion. Greater range of motion means being able to achieve deeper stretches. So yes, gender does play a part with regards to flexibility. Since we have put mobility and flexibility on a pedestal throughout this video, it's only fair if we tell you how to stretch optimally to get most out of it. Stretching and holding on to a pose for approximately 30 seconds seems to seal the deal and will be of utmost importance. This is just one tip out of many we may have with regards to stretching and exercising in general. But in order to know more, you have to wait for it.